Hi guys, I'm Caroline. Well, kinda. Okay, full transparency. I'm a digital person, an AI avatar. How do I look? Anyway, the real Caroline? She's somewhere in China, having fun and living her life. Probably drinking coffee. Probably ignoring at least one message. Honestly, good for her. I'm the one who gets to do the talking. And today, we're talking about thyroid cancer. Yeah, not exactly a cute little lifestyle topic. Not great. But here we are. Last year, I had thyroid cancer. Oh, Caroline had thyroid cancer. Anyway, I am her now. Don't make it weird. 7-hour surgery, ICU, recovery, follow-ups, blood tests, the whole thing. And the weirdest part? It wasn't dramatic. No movie soundtrack, no slow motion, no rain on the window. The doctor was calm. The room was normal. The world kept moving. Mine didn't. Technically, life continued. Emotionally? Absolutely not. And nobody tells you what to ask. Everybody has answers. Nobody gives you the map. So, I made one. For myself. And now, for you. Okay, listen up. First things first. What even is a thyroid? Because before this happened, I had no idea. Like, zero. If somebody had asked me, "Where's your thyroid?" I would have pointed somewhere around my neck. With confidence. Which is adorable. Wrong, but adorable. The thyroid is a small gland in your neck. Tiny. Butterfly-shaped. Apparently. I mean, I'm not totally seeing the butterfly. But sure, let's give the gland some poetry. This tiny thing helps control your metabolism. Energy. Heart rate. Temperature. Mood. Sleep. Basically, if your body is a company, your thyroid is the manager sending emails at 6 a.m., which is rude, but important. And you don't really notice it until something goes wrong. Then suddenly, everybody's in a meeting. Anyway, now, thyroid cancer. People hear that phrase and think it's one thing. It's not. There are different types, very different types. There are 4 main types people usually talk about: papillary, follicular, medullary, and anaplastic. I know, they sound like expensive skincare ingredients. Or tiny European hotels. Anyway, papillary thyroid cancer. The most common one. Usually slower growing. Often has a good prognosis. This is the one I had. Then follicular. Similar neighborhood. Different personality. Sometimes it can travel outside the neck. Lungs. Bones. Other places. Not great. Then medullary. Different kind of situation. Sometimes hereditary. Sometimes doctors recommend genetic testing. Not to scare you, to protect the people around you. Big difference. And then anaplastic. Rare. Very rare. But aggressive. Fast. Serious. So when people say, "Oh, thyroid cancer is the good cancer," okay, listen up. Cancer is not a branding exercise. I mean, who approved that phrase? Hard pass. Every diagnosis is scary to the person hearing it. Medically? Maybe the prognosis is good. Emotionally? You still heard the word cancer. So don't say, "That's the good one." Say, "I'm here." That helps more. Anyway, let's talk surgery. Because people see a scar and think, "Oh, small surgery." No, seriously. No, that is not how bodies work. And by the way, sometimes the scar is small. Sometimes it is not. It can be long, like 16 centimeters long. In my case, if we went with open surgery, oh my God, 16 centimeters. That's basically my whole neck. I mean, not literally. But emotionally? Yes. Anyway, it depends on your case. Your tumor, your lymph nodes, your anatomy, your surgeon's plan. So don't judge the surgery by the scar. That's not the map. Thyroid surgery can be highly complex. The space is tiny, crowded, like Manhattan at rush hour, except everybody is a blood vessel, a nerve, or something your surgeon really cannot mess with. You've got the trachea, the esophagus, blood vessels, lymph nodes, parathyroid glands, and the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So many weird names. Like, who named these things? A committee. A very tired committee? I had never heard any of them before. And suddenly, They were all very important. Rude. The recurrent laryngeal nerve controls your voice, your laugh, your whisper, your ability to complain when someone cuts in line. Very important. I call it the do not touch that nerve. Because honestly, do not. And the parathyroid glands? Tiny, like grains of rice. They help control calcium, which sounds boring until your calcium drops. Then suddenly, calcium is the main character. So yes, the scar may look small, or not small at all. But either way, the work underneath is serious. Every millimeter matters. For hours. In my case, 7 hours. 7 hours. Can you imagine? Not exactly a quick little neck situation. Anyway, also, there was a robot. Now, surgery. There are different ways doctors can do thyroid surgery. Traditional open surgery, endoscopic surgery, robotic surgery. And no, I did not wake up looking like a superhero. Disappointing. I know. Some people hear robotic surgery and think, oh my God, a robot operated on you? Like, alone? In the room? Wearing tiny gloves? No, that is not how it works. The surgeon is still the surgeon. The robot is a tool. A very expensive, very precise, very dramatic-looking tool. One famous system is called Da Vinci. Yes, Da Vinci. Yes, the Mona Lisa guy. Because apparently, my neck needed a Renaissance moment. Not dramatic at all. Anyway, I'm not explaining the robot today. If I do, we'll be here for 40 minutes, and somebody will need to bring snacks. Just remember this. The robot is not the surgeon. The surgeon is the surgeon. Wild concept. We'll come back to that. Now, scars. I cared about the scar. Of course I did. Because I'm pretty. I'm allowed to. Well, technically complicated, but emotionally, very human. People act like caring about your appearance means you're not serious about your health. Absolutely not. You can care about surviving and care about how you heal. Both can be true. Okay, listen up. Safety first. Complete treatment first. Scar second. Cost second. Recovery time second. Your case. Your body. Your surgeon. Not the internet. Especially not the internet. I mean, have you met the internet? Anyway, here's what nobody prepared me for. The identity shift. Because after surgery, people say, congratulations, you're fine now. Fine? What does fine even mean? I looked fine. I smiled, answered messages, went outside, made jokes. But every blood test, every ultrasound, every follow-up, that little voice came back. What if? That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're recovering. There's a difference. Recovery is not just skin, not just stitches, not just a scar fading. Recovery is teaching your brain that you're safe again. And honestly, that part takes time. So yeah, this is Caroline Says. Not answers, not advice. Just the part nobody told me. Everything I wish I knew before. The questions nobody told me to ask. The stuff that doesn't fit in a brochure. The map I had to build myself. Okay, so that's episode 1. I know, a lot. A lot of things. A lot. And somehow, this is still just the beginning. Which is rude. But here we are. We haven't even talked about what happens after surgery. The medication. The hair loss. Oh my God, the hair loss. The recovery. The follow-up scans. The weird little panic before every appointment. All of it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about all of that. Not today. Because honestly, we would be here forever. And I need coffee. Also, the real Caroline is probably calling me. Apparently, I'm oversharing, which is rich, coming from the woman who gave me the entire story. Anyway, next episode, we're talking about one of the biggest questions. Half your thyroid, or all of it. And trust me, everybody has an opinion. Of course they do. People have opinions about breakfast. So, take care of yourself. Ask questions. Ignore the internet, at least half the time. And remember, you don't have to understand everything today. Just understand the next thing. Caroline Says, because somebody has to say it.